Good morning. I'm Tracy Larimore. Welcome to Life Bridges Craft Corner. Today we're going to make these cute little swans. And the swans are made out of the cardboard tubes. I prefer to use paper towel. Of course, you can use toilet paper, but the toilet paper rolls, of course, we know come off of toilet paper. So I recommend using the paper towel rolls. And what we're going to do is we're going to show you how easy it is to make those little swan guys. So you start with first taking your tube, and you should flatten the tube. Makes it a little bit easier to cut when you flatten it out. You can use your hands. You can get a ruler and use that to apply the pressure. I do it with my hands because you can see when we get done, you want them to be puffed back out. So you take your scissors and you just simply cut your tube in half. And that'll allow you to make two swans versus the regular toilet paper rolls would only allow you to make one. So we're just going to set that guy aside. So what you do is you take your tube after you've smashed it down, and we're going to make a cut. And with this cut, you're going to cut about a little less than halfway up the tube. You're going to cut down on an angle. Be careful to leave enough for your neck. And then after you cut down on the angle, and you're going to turn it, your scissors, and now you're going to cut up all the way to the edge. So when you get done, you have something that looks like this. And you can unsmush him. You take this top piece and you just kind of curl it around a little. And that gives you the basic shape for your swan body. You take the other piece of your tube and you're going to cut out two kind of like oval shapes to make your wings. And let's see, again from this side. And you want to cut them both at the same time with your tube folded over. And that way your wings will be exactly the same shape. And then you just separate those wings. So you've got two wings. Okay? Set that aside. And you take, what I do first was, I painted my little guys before I added the wings. That way all parts of him were painted equally. And as you can see, I have two different types here. I have one that I painted, and I have one that I used markers to color. And I find that the painted ones turn out a little better. Your markers tend to absorb in the color, making it a lot paler, and it makes the cardboard softer. And with the paint, it keeps the color nice and uniformed and even without absorbing too much into that cardboard tube. And it actually firms up the cardboard itself so that it's not quite as flimsy or as soft as the one that you use the marker. So my preference is with the paints. So again, I just took a little bit of any kind of paint you got. It doesn't matter if it's acrylic paint, water paint, really doesn't matter, whatever you prefer or what you have on hand. And again, I painted the entire tube with whatever color I chose, and then I did the wings, and then I let them set and dry. And then once they've dried, you would just take your wings. You would add a little bit of glue to your wing. Okay, glue. So you would just kind of take your tube and see which side looks better for you. Add a little glue to the end of your tip there. All right. Don't be afraid of glue, especially the Elmer's glue. Remember, it'll peel right off. So just a little bit of glue on the bottom there. And you're going to insert it inside of your tube. And then you'll adjust it according to how high up you want them or how low down you want them. And of course my glue don't want to stick. Let's try that again. Alright, there we go. And insert it down inside your tube. Position it the way that you want it. Hold on to it for a second until it starts to set. Alright, there you go. You see, you got wing number 1 on. And do the same thing with the other side. Find the position that matches up to the opposite side. Put a little bit of glue. Spread it around. Should have had a paper towel. I'll use the scrap. There we go. And just insert him down in there. Hold on to him. Till he sets up. Thank you, Terry. All right. And yep, have your paper towel next to you. That way when your glue sticks to you, you can wipe it off. There you go. So that's what your swan looks like once you get him put together. And again, if you had painted him before, he would come out, he would look like this. So once you get his wings on and he's all painted up, you want to take this neck and head part again, help bend it down a little more. And then what I did was, with my markers or my paint, I just took a color that would stand out against the color of the swan himself, in this case where he was yellow, took a little bit of red paint there and just painted his little beak on. And then you can take you a fine tip pen marker, just something that's got a nice fine tip on it, and that'll help you to put his eyes on. What I did was I just put it there and twisted it a little. Same thing on the opposite side. And you can see, give him little eyes. So I want to thank you guys for coming by today and spending a little bit of time with me. I hope you enjoy the little crafts, and we'll see you guys again soon.